Hello, my lovely Redmare YouTube crew. This is a public service announcement. Florence has choke, and I don't think I've ever seen a horse with choke. Maybe once when I was little. None of my mares have ever had it, so I always kind of knew it was a thing, but I've never been up close to it. It's actually really dramatic. I don't know if you can see. There's a lot of green gunk coming out of her nose. When she first choked, she sort of shuddered all the way through her body and was doing this desperate coughing motion and kind of contracting all her neck muscles. And it really does look frightening. It almost looks like they might have colic. And you can hear making that noise too. That's the noise. Anyway, that is choke. This is very mild now. I didn't want to photograph her when great streams of green saliva were coming out of her nose. But streams and streams and streams of it. And then, of course, I made the mistake of looking on the internet. And the internet said, your horse is going to die. Because the internet always says that. And also, the vet I found was an American vet, and it was very much, this is an emergency. Then I rang my own vet thinking, oh my God, this is an emergency and my horse is going to die. And she was in surgery in quite a long way away in another bit of the county. And she was incredibly reassuring. She said that most horses will pass the obstruction themselves. It's just an obstruction in the esophagus. Of course, Flo got it because she's a greedy Gus, the sailor man, and she ate her breakfast just much too fast in great sort of lumps. Whereas the red mare, of course, eats in elegant mouthfuls. The lovely vet said, just keep an eye on her. Don't give her anything to eat or drink, obviously. But that's a good point, because we don't always think clearly when we're very worried, we humans. And she just keep watching to see if she calms down and if she stops producing the saliva. And we hope that she will pass the obstruction herself. It's a bit like, that, I don't know if you've ever had that thing of you swallow a very big vitamin pill and it does go down. It's not that awful suddenness where you think you're going to die and that you need the Heimlich manoeuvre. But that one where you can really feel it almost scraping against your windpipe. And it goes slowly, slowly, slowly. And not windpipe, it's esophagus. Sorry, I can't speak. I really did get in a panic. And I lost one horse last year, so I just can't lose another one. That's why but I did want to make this for you because I thought it would be helpful that if this ever happens to you. I found the most important thing was to stay calm. I'm really lucky. My vets are absolutely wonderful. The vet who's coming is called Alice, and I've known her since she was 3 years old. She used to come and play here, actually, in front of that hill. Now she's all grown up, and she's a brilliant vet, and the horses all love her. She's very empathetic, so that's going to be great for us. That really calmed me down. I thought the most important thing for her is to stay calm. So that's why I brought her out into this nice open space. Just let her feel that she's not in any way cramped or confined or crowded. One of the non-terrifying things on the internet is it did say that it's quite useful to try and keep your horse's head low, because if they're throwing all that saliva about, you don't want them to stick their head in the air and for the saliva to run down their nose, back down their nose, because that can give them something called an aspiration, apparently. So I've just stayed here with her, made sure she knew that she was not on her own. Did quite a lot of just gentle rubbing. I did at one point see if I could try and move the obstruction myself by massaging the underside of the neck, but I I'm not sure that really worked. But actually she is looking a lot better now. It's always that thing, isn't it? The moment you call the vet, they're completely fine. Anyway, keep your fingers crossed for us. I hope that's useful for you. My main advice is your horse almost certainly isn't dying. I shouldn't say that, should I? Because I'm not a vet. But that's what seems to be the consensus. That is what I understand to be the consensus. But I would definitely call the vet. And even just for your own peace of mind. And then just stay very, very calm. Because she did panic a little bit at the beginning, and we know that doesn't do a horse any good. The calmer they are, the more their body has a chance to fix itself. So let's hope that wayward little bit of breakfast has finally unblocked itself. Poor Flo. And look, old herself over there is completely unconcerned, so I'm taking that as a good sign. Anyway, I hope this has been of some help, and if not, at least you got to see a very, very beautiful Scottish morning. Are you feeling a little bit better, my doodah?